Welcome to another story made by Oracle 1. The Rain of Desire. Clara had always hated the rain. The moment those first heavy, aching drops started to fall from the sky, her mood shifted as if a dark cloud wrapped itself tighter around her heart. She hated how the dampness soaked through her clothes and chilled her skin, the way it ruined the sleek lines of her carefully styled hair, and how it washed away the bright colors of the world in a blur of muted gray. To Clara, the rain meant dreariness and discomfort, a slippery boundary between herself and the joyful life she longed to live. She'd often muttered bitter complaints to herself, sheltering beneath umbrellas or darting from awning to awning in a desperate hurry to escape the downpour that seemed to taunt her very existence. So it was no surprise that on one particular drizzly autumn afternoon, she was irrevocably annoyed. The sky was a brooding canvas of slate and ash, and the chill in the air gnawed at her bones as she hurried across the cobblestone streets of the old city district. The rain had started again just as she left her office, and by the time she stepped into the open, she was already drenched. Her umbrella had long ago surrendered to a rogue gust of wind, and she found herself barefoot in her heels, clutching her rain-soaked coat tightly around her. Her mood was darker than the clouds overhead, clouded by a recent argument with her estranged father who had refused to attend her art opening the night before. The ache of family tensions mixed with the cold rain made her feel utterly alone. As she turned a corner into a quieter alleyway, something caught her eye. A camera lens pointed directly at her, capturing the very essence of that stormy moment. She stopped, her breath visible in the cold air, and peered deeper into the alley. There, leaning against a graffitied brick wall, was a young man clasping a vintage camera. His eyes, a piercing green, seemed to glow with an intensity matched only by the storm surrounding them. Clara frowned, stepping closer. "Hey, what are you doing? Stop taking my picture." The rain sluiced down her face and hair, unbidden tears mixing with the droplets. The man blinked in surprise but said nothing. He lowered the camera and smiled, genuinely, with no hint of mockery or intrusion. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "I didn't mean to startle you. I was trying to capture something rare." His voice was warm despite the cold, rich with curiosity and something deeper, something like reverence. For a moment, Clara's irritation faltered as she examined the stranger. He looked as drenched as she felt, but never moved to escape the rain. There was bravery or madness in that, she thought. Something rare? She crossed her arms, her cheeks flushed with cold and anger. "You think standing in the rain is rare? It's miserable and wet and—" "You look beautiful," he said, interrupting her. "Like the storm made you exactly who you are. Strong, defiant, alive. Most people run for cover. But you stood and faced it." Clara's heart skipped an uncertain beat. People rarely saw beyond her prickly exterior. Most just nodded politely or avoided eye contact. But this man had looked right through the surface. The vulnerability, the pain, and the fierce will to keep going despite it all. She didn't know whether she should be flattered or furious. "Why does it matter to you?" she asked. "Why take a stranger's picture in the rain without permission?" The man gave a small shrug, a crease of something hesitant on his brow. "Because sometimes, the most unexpected moments reveal who we really are. I'm a photographer. I capture stories, not posed smiles or perfect faces, but the moments that revealed truth." Clara let the silence stretch between them, the sound of rain pattering around like a gentle confidant. Slowly, she lowered her arms, her anger dissolving into curiosity. "What's your name?" she murmured. "Leo," he replied, stepping forward slightly, the lens now resting in his hands like an extension of himself. "I'm Clara," she said, and the name felt like a bridge reaching out in the storm. They both shivered, and he offered her his coat, an oversized leather jacket worn soft and familiar. Clara hesitated but then accepted it gratefully, the warmth a tender contrast to the chill rain. As they walked back toward the brighter streets, Leo told her about his love for capturing candid moments, for revealing unexpected beauty amidst the chaos of life. He showed her other photographs, people caught laughing between raindrops, a couple holding hands under a dripping tree branch, children splashing through puddles with reckless abandon. With each story, Clara felt layers of herself peel away, the bitterness, the loneliness, the pain stored deep inside her. She hadn't realized how tightly she held onto her disdain for the rain because it reminded her of all that she lost. Her mother, the broken family, the dashed dreams. But here in Leo's company, the rain transformed from an enemy to a companion. Days passed, and Clara found herself drawn again and again to Leo's world. She visited his studio, watched him edit photos, the colors of the storm tinted in hues she had never noticed. In him was a quiet acceptance, an unspoken understanding, and a passion that ignited a fire inside her own soul. One evening, under a sky thick with rain clouds ready to burst, Leo took Clara to a rooftop overlooking the city. The wind whipped around them, the rain starting softly at first, then relentless and drumming. "Stay with me," Leo said breathlessly, pulling her close. "Feel it. Don't fight the rain. Let it wash away what hurts." Clara's heart pounded fiercely. She let the rain soak her through, felt the soft cling of her damp hair against his cheek. In that moment, something inside her cracked open, a well of emotion she had kept locked away. Then, unexpectedly, Leo leaned down and kissed her. The kiss was warm and tender, wild and urgent, a harmony of passion born from the storm. The rain wrapped around them like a cloak, the city lights blurred behind halos of moisture and longing. When they finally parted, Clara's lips were trembling, but her eyes were bright, shining under the rain. "I never believed the rain could be beautiful," she whispered. Leo smiled, brushing a wet strand from her face. "It always is, if you look through the right lens." The weeks that followed were a dance between moments stolen from the rain and the sunlit streets. Clara's art transformed, inspired by the stormy passion and new hope she found in Leo's world. She started to see the rain as a cleansing force, a symbol of desire and rebirth. Their love grew, unpredictable yet constant, like the weather itself, sometimes wild and overwhelming, sometimes gentle and caressing. Through Leo's eyes, Clara discovered that what she once feared could become the very thing that set her free. One night, as the rain fell silently outside their window, Clara held a framed photograph on her lap, the image Leo had captured of her that first day, standing alone in the rain with fire in her gaze, a mixture of defiance and vulnerability. Her fingers traced the water droplets shimmering in the photo, a smile curling on her lips. The rain no longer made her shiver with despair. Now it sang a song of desire, hope, and the endless promise of new beginnings. For more stories, like and subscribe.